Okay.
Willie, would you like to start us off?
Cheryl,
Yeah.
earlier tonight, before the game, you said that in training camp, chemistry, that you have to start teaching that. And you've never even discussed it tonight. As Abby just uttered those stats.
Mhm.
Tonight was a clear example of chemistry.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of, it comes natural to them because who they are as people. We always say that, right? You got to, at the core of who you are, you've got to be selfless in your daily life, that sort of thing. And that as a team, we have that. That's by design. The nature of the basketball play is they're all good basketball players. And so what they do on the court, it's easy to have synergy with. And so I think that's also a big part of it, is that they cover for each other. They believe in each other. They're trusting game plans, be it offense, be it defense, as we prepared for this game, for example. It's just been great. It's just been great. And obviously winning, yeah, it's contagious. Their belief in themselves. We were disappointed in the game in Minneapolis for sure.
Yeah.
And we knew we had more that we could give. And so I thought that was a really good showing in terms of how we felt about the game in Minneapolis. And this was more what we were trying to get done. And the physicality bothered us in Mini. And we just didn't get the movement, we didn't get the threes off, et cetera. And tonight we found our way with that.
One more for me. I actually, up front, I'm guilty about this, but after the way that y'all lost in Phoenix with Ka hitting that thing, I was like, this is a tough trip for them to have to go all the way home to play Seattle, which won here, and then come back here.
Yeah.
When it could have very easily been here to there. The way the team responded and the way that they just beat those two teams.
So what you're saying is that you had us in the power rankings somewhere around bottom 4. You thought if we had a tough loss in Phoenix that that would be the end of us. And so now you're a believer, you're saying, Willie? Yeah, no, is that what you're saying? No, I mean, the response was obviously great. We let that game get away in Phoenix. That's going to haunt us for a long time. It's going to haunt me for a long time. But yeah, I mean, we had to pick ourselves up and, go to work. We didn't play bad in Phoenix. We didn't play our best, but we didn't play bad. And how you handle adversity, how you handle, those moments or whatever. And so it was a good sign, and, get that really gritty win against Seattle, who was on a 6-game win streak. And then, come here, these guys are, coming off a loss where we're going, okay, they're going to be good and, ready to take it to us. And they did in the first early part of the game. We were able to kind of, hang in there through that, right? The early lead. And then we started making shots and we buckled down a little bit better defensively.
Ken, want to kick us off on the Zoom?
Sure. So another 34 assists on 37 makes tonight. Over the last 2 games, you have 59 assists on 64 made shots. Season highs in field goals, 3-point shooting. Balance is unbelievable. I mean, I asked Alana this earlier. How much better can you guys be on offense in terms of efficiency?
What was our answer?
There's always room for improvement.
What, like, don't turn the ball over. That's low hanging fruit for us right there. But pretty good today. But yeah, I think again, we were really, really locked in on, the game in Minneapolis versus these guys and what they're good at. Some really good defenders in obviously Asia Wilson. And so like Fee, we really were trying to coach Fee through this game. Wasn't her best game, but she did a lot of things that we're asking her to do when you're playing against bigs and you can't necessarily get yourself in the paint. And I think Becky's running really great stuff for Asia. That we're saying we got to do the same thing for Fee. These players are so versatile. And so just, a work in progress for Fee and some of the stuff that we want to do with her. But this was a game that we wanted to take and say, we're going to do some stuff with you. We're going to make you uncomfortable. And, she found her way through that. And I think overall as a team, the movement that we got, the sharing of the ball that we got, they're having fun with that part of it.
10-2 Vegas start, he gets her second foul, I think 4 minutes into the game.
Mhm.
You had to be thinking, oh man, this is not what I'm looking for. But guys, you guys shot 65% almost in the first quarter, and then you just kind of took it to them defensively after that.
Well, thank goodness, we did shoot it well in the first quarter. You know, I was okay with that point. Like, even if we just traded baskets and just hang in there, you know, and then we could find our way defensively. We were doing some silly things early in the game, you know, leaving them wide open in their hot zones and just really not attentive. And you know, we got better in that area. Like I said, holding a situation where you're not getting blown out by 20, you have to score. And so we were able to score, and then you know, kind of found our footing.
My last couple questions. First, is this the best basketball we're seeing Bridget Carlton ever play? And second, can you just talk about how big Alana and Bridget's threes were in the fourth when Vegas was kind of hinting at
Huge.
coming back?
Huge. Yeah, these are absolutely what we're seeing are Bridget Carlton's best games as a Lynx. It's what we told her was possible. We thought was possible. She believed was possible, and which is why we came back together to do it again when she had an opportunity in free agency to, you know, shop around a little bit, as did we. And you know, where you kind of go, this still makes a lot of sense to us if it makes sense to you. And so she's taking advantage of the opportunity. And you know, you know all the hustle plays, et cetera, that she makes, but being a scorer, being a threat, and being aggressive, and not turning down shots, and not, you know, second guessing, you know, her abilities. You know, this is a great version of Bridget Carlton. What was the second part?
About the two big trees that she and Alana.
Oh, her and Lance threes. Yeah, they were huge. Like you said, I mean, we knew, I mean, the place was going to get loud and crazy. You know, we couldn't score. We were taking some terrible shots, like early shots, and nothing in rhythm. And then we just, yeah, Len had a big one, a backbreaker, and then BC, I think BC had a couple. They went zone one possession, and we found BC in that left corner, and she had a big one. It was a big answer. So yeah, that's how you, otherwise, you know, like a little over 5 minutes to go, I turned to Katie, I said, we're in a hornet's nest right now. And we needed an answer. And actually we got, you know, Courtney Williams in that stretch as well, late. I thought Courtney played well. And so it was good to see her both, you know, 9-1 assist to turnover, and then being more aggressive with her taking shots.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Last question to Brad.
Yes, hi coach, how are you? After the game, you were exchanging pleasantries with Asia and Kelsey. Can you speak to the respect and the camaraderie that you have with the players on these teams that are going to be with you in Paris? Did you hear me, coach? Coach, can you hear me? Coach, can you hear me?
Coach, can you hear us?
Okay, well,
All right, I'm on pause. Can you guys see me, hear me?
this is Vina. This is the Vina.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, we lost.
It's okay.
It was changing, being pleasantries with Asia and Kelsey, and Chelsea, and I missed Jackie. I saw Jackie before the game, but yeah. So what was the question?
And can you, yes, ma'am. Can you speak of the respect and the camaraderie that you have for these players that will be with you in Paris?
Yeah, for great players, really excited for them that they had an opportunity to be named to the final roster. Certainly, you know, obviously I'm familiar with you know, having 4 on a team and winning championships. It's familiar to them, you know, coming off back-to-back championships. And so I've enjoyed each of them being a part of the process and getting to know them better, and seeing them up close and personal, you know, in their games. You understand why they won a couple championships. And so I'm excited to be on the journey with them, trying to win a gold medal in Paris.
I thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Rob?